Hey guys, welcome back to Sunny Maple Homestead. It's been about a year since our last video, so a lot of life happening. I'm sure that you guys can relate. Life seems to happen a lot to everyone all the time. So let's get in to our quick update while we do the chores. Our last video, everything was different. Let's just throw that out there right now. Everything was different. I have an escapee. You are not supposed to be here. You are supposed to be in your new coop. Like I said, everything is different. So, let's talk about what is different and why we decided to make things different. So when we started, let's talk about chickens actually. Everyone seems to be talking about chickens right now, whether it's their feed, what's in their feed. Ignore my messy garage. Like I said, life. What's not in their feed, the cost of eggs, the cost of chickens, and everything in between. So let's talk about that real quick. Come on, guys. We all know eggs. That's his opinion. We all know eggs are expensive right now, which makes chickens expensive, which makes the feed expensive. And in some cases, makes the feed, I guess, less than optimal on its nutrition value, while at the same time being more expensive. When we started with 6 chickens in a little tiny coop in the middle of a subdivision, and we now have around 40. So we expanded and are now getting about 3 dozen eggs a day. Good morning, ladies. Sir, you guys need water. This is the coop that we had in the subdivision. Kind of been retrofitted for a homestead. And I see we already have an egg at the bottom. But this is just a simple door opening. Good morning. So, chickens. Noisy. The chicken dilemma, let's call it, is an interesting one. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, we need to get chickens. We need to have our own eggs. Eggs are too expensive. But it's not something that you just want to jump into and decide one day you're going to get chicks, raise them up, take care of them for 6 months before they even start laying, feed them all winter when they're not laying, and have that kind of responsibility all the time. That's what a lot of people are doing though. We're going to use our rain bucket. See if we have... Oh, it rained yesterday. We have water. It's a good thing. So, this is what a lot of those people are doing. They're not taking into account that chicken feed is not cheap, especially when you're buying for a dozen birds or close to it, eggs take a while. If a chicken doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel safe, has a new environment, has stress, they're not gonna lay. You wouldn't want to be caught sitting on a couch, you know, or that's a bad example. You wouldn't want to be caught just sitting around in an environment that you don't feel safe in while your body tries to make an egg for 10 minutes. Leaves you completely vulnerable. So that takes time. All in all, if you're considering getting chickens, do your research, okay? There's plenty of information out there about chickens, about how to properly care for chickens, about how to put a lid on a water. May have to set you guys down for this one, because this is not going to go on. Ha! There we go. So, this is going to come in handy. Consider all of your options. YouTube is obviously a thing. You're on it right now. Research. What kind of chickens? When we first got our first 6, got them from Tractor Supply. Didn't know any better at the time. The lady, calling her a lady would indicate that she was old enough to be considered a lady. The child that helped us the very first time sold us Cornish cross. If you don't know what that is, that's another reason you should probably hold off buying chickens. Go ahead and Google that for me. So, sold us Cornish cross, telling me how great they would be at laying eggs. I know. There's your water. Spoiler alert, they're not. That experience was horrible. As after you Google, you will find out why. But you can't just go into a store. Oh, here. Look, I don't know if you guys can see her or not, but I have a hawk. Hi. Eyeballing my chickens. I have 2 hawks eyeballing my chickens. This is another thing to consider when you're talking about getting chickens. And there's a third. I'm out here right now, which is making them, if you can see them, making them think twice. You guys need to be quiet. You are not helping with the hiding situation here. But we have got 2 hawks just waiting for a stray chicken. I don't know if that's showing up or not, if you guys can see them. But they are just waiting. Here she is. She is, and the other one's coming this way. Trying to educate people about chickens. This is an opportune time for the #1 predator of chickens to kind of come out and say hi. And the fact that there are 3 of them, and I have currently 3 groups of birds out here, makes it kind of hard to run them off from everybody. But as you can see, the birds are over here in these trees. They're not being quiet, which they're supposed to be, but they're over here in these trees and they're hiding. And these guys are close to the house, which is helping protect them. Plus they can get in their coop and away. So I think we need to go check on the 3rd group. So predators is another thing. Chickens are easy pickings. Raccoons, possums, coons really. Even large rats, depending on where you live and how desperate they are, will go after a smaller chicken. Dogs, coyotes, anything will go after a chicken. We all like eating chicken. They do too. I'm gonna get us a little bit more feed. Set that there for later. We're gonna go check on this other group, because I do not have eyes on any of these hawks anymore. Yeah, we need to go check. So that's another thing to consider. Sorry. You always want to watch. I've got this pile of mud in my driveway that was not there last night. So I'm looking for coyote prints. See if they were digging. But protecting your flock can be expensive. You're talking about underground chicken wire, possibly electric fencing, a coop to keep them safe. All of these things add up. It's not just the cost of getting the chicks. You've got to provide them with the necessities of what they need. You need waters. See here? Fence is down. We need to look for paw prints. Didn't think it was going to be this kind of video. Thought I was just going to be like, hey, you know, chickens are expensive. But I don't see any paw prints, actually. I'm looking. Hey, girls. We okay? See this? This is to keep animals out, not necessarily to keep them in. Hey, guys. How are we doing? I'm kind of hoping it was just the wind that blew that down. We're under a wind advisory again today. Let's get this chicken wire out of the way. I hear you, pigs. I'll be there in a second. Ladies, Miss Sophia, are you back there laying on your nest? We don't need chicks right now, sweetheart. So I want to see you up off of there here in a bit. Okay, they're all fine. Still no sign of these hawks anywhere. All right, piggies, I'll be back with your food. So it's constantly when you have a chickens, because you need more than one, it is your responsibility to make sure that they're safe, fed, watered, protected to the best of your ability. Their lives depend on you. It's not like having a dog, you know, or a cat. Dogs and cats. That is Hefty. Hefty is our experimental Cornish cross rooster. I swear he's got to be about 25 pounds now. It's amazing you're still alive, dude. Experimental because we're waiting to see how long a Cornish cross rooster can live when he's not, you know, cooped up. He's free range for the most part. He also wants pig food. There you go, buddy. There's your breakfast. Strange. But even this 25-pound chicken needs his protection. Needs all of that. Good morning, Mama. The baby piggies. Mama's ready for breakfast. All right, let's get your breakfast going, girl. So we are slow weaning these guys starting this week. So I am taking Mama out, feeding her in the other stall so that the babies, if I can get the door unlocked, so that the babies can eat their own stuff. Huh, Mama? Where's your bowl? Hi, baby girl. Get your bowl. Ugh. Come on. We're gonna get you. I see the babies are coming. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Go eat. Hey guys. Back in they go. Are you guys wanting food too? We can do that. So we are starting them on a little bit of creek feed, or just mini pig feed. It's getting them used to eating out of a bowl. Need to get them some more corn stalk too, and some water. Here you go, guys. So it gets them used to eating out of a bowl, and it also gives Mama a break. Where do you think you're going? Hey? I'll lock you in just to make sure. So these guys are all spoken for. I know, Mama. I know. You need water. Do I have any water in here? Nope. All right, let's go grab some. Let's go grab some water. I'll be right back. Actually, let's give her. Hey. We have an escape artist. I'm gonna get you a little bit more feed before I leave and go get you some water. There you go. So, good, they're eating. Those babies are all spoken for. So we are starting to slow wean them and get them ready for their new homes. Which easy star circles back around to chickens. Whew. I love the sun. I've been waiting for this since like October. I hate winter so much. So, chickens, if you decide to hatch eggs because you want to expand your flock, about 50% of those chicks could turn out to be roosters. Then what? Well, you're either going to eat them or you're going to give them up for free on Facebook. Right now you could probably sell them, but usually you're going to give them up for free. So, all in all, you have the expense of buying the chickens, getting a system set up. If you buy babies, now you're talking about a brooder. You're talking about, the wind is super strong. It's blowing my water all over the place. You're talking about a brooder. You're talking about starter feed. You're talking about a heat lamp, chicken waterer, chicken feeders. They can't eat, and drink the same way as an adult chicken until they learn how. They're usually about a day or two old when you get them. So then you have the expense of the chicken, the expense of the setup. And then when they get a little bit older, you need a safe coop to put them in outside. Once the coop area needs a run, once they've decimated that, and they will decimate that, you won't have pretty grass in that area. You'll have chicken poop everywhere. You have to have some type of bedding. I use hay, some people use straw, I use wood chips in the run. All of that adds up. It would be better to move them around if you're in a smaller, and there goes the hat. That is the wind we are dealing with out here. It's like being on the front of the Titanic. But if you can't move them around because you don't have enough area, you're going to have a run that is muddy, that stinks, that will not constantly need new wood chips, will need to be cleaned up and cleaned out. You need the protection to be up to date or up to par for a run, depending on what kind of area you live in. So you have to make that run in that coop safe for those birds. Again, up to the area, but is going to cost money of some kind. Chickens will live in almost anything because they don't have a choice. It's what's provided to them, but it's up to you to make sure that what's provided is safe for your area. And that may need some retrofitting, may need some things that you don't have, which means going to the store, buying a coop, building a coop, whatever the case may be. So there's that. Then we get into the adult feed. Adult feed, if you go on the cheap end, is going to run you about $20 a bag, depending on how many chickens you have, depends on how long that'll last. If you go on the better, more expensive end, you're talking anywhere from $25, $30, $35 a bag. Again, this is all before they start laying. They haven't laid anything at this point. Laying takes 5 to 6 months, depending on the breed. You might get an egg a day, you might get an egg every other day. By the time your hens start actually laying, you're talking about an average of 6 months for all of them to be laying. If you've gotten the usual minimum order is 6, no matter where you get them from. So now you've got 6 birds. Let's hope they're all hens. You do not need a rooster to have eggs. You need a rooster to have chicks. So now you've got all of these eggs that are being laid and you're consuming them, and that's great until winter comes, and then they get cold and they don't want to lay anymore, and the light is less per day. So now you aren't getting those eggs anymore. So now you need to learn, can I preserve these eggs somehow to have eggs all winter long from our summer? Maybe. There's a lot of preservation videos on YouTube that would help to teach you how to do that. Maybe not. Depends again on how much you want to do and how far you're willing to go. In the end, getting any animal is a responsibility. Even ones that you are going to raise to butcher, that is literally a life. It might just be a chicken, but it's still a life. It's a life that depends on you fully for everything it needs, much like a child. Take it seriously, be prepared for the responsibility, or just buy your eggs from a local homesteader, a local farm, and don't have the responsibility. Just do your research and be prepared to say, it's okay if I can't do this. It's okay if I don't want to do this. I can get my eggs from someone else who already does this. Support a local homesteader, support a local farmer. Don't support big corporations who chickens never see the light of day, don't know what grass is, and spend their entire lives in a barn laying eggs just for some government official to show up, say that one of them is sick, so all 580,000 of them have to be slaughtered. That's not what I would choose to support. And whether we like it or not, our money supports whatever our money went to. So, food for thought, pun definitely intended. We'll see you guys next time.